that is now a big deal is AI, because for ERPs to really so normally when ERPs came up, um, change has also affected the ways ERP work, and because of AI, of course, ERPs now just they have gone past just keeping records for you. With AI, they are intelligent. So if you have data in ERP, ERP can use AI technologies that is embedded in that ERP to help you not just streamline, but give you deep insight that no human mind can comprehend. That's where AI and ERP come, because to right now in the world, all major ERPs have embedded AI into their solution to give them that deep insight and deep visibility into how this business works. So of course, there's a lot of talk about AI, but most of us are already using it. If you're not using AI or any AI tool at this point, I think you are, again, you are very wrong. If any of us here have not used any AI tool for any, you have not even logged in, or you don't even know what it looks like. You know there is AI, you know it's an app in your phone, but you have not actually started using it fully. You are probably 5 years back. So it's important that when you see these technologies, don't just wave your hands and say, it's not for us in Africa and all that. No, the idea of this is to awaken us, is to make us aware, but most importantly for you to take up the responsibility and start your journey. So it's important you not just use AI to start asking questions, but use it to do meaningful work. And of course, AI is a technology, for example, that allows machines to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, and this includes learning, problem solving, and of course, decision making. So if you look at AI, it's also a technology, it's also part of digital transformation, but it now it allows machines or or models to perform tasks that require human intelligence, and of course, because it has access to much more data that human beings do not have access to. The performance of AI is a way more than human intelligence. So let's say, for example, as a human being, your thinking is limited to your exposure and the level of information you have. And what comes out of your mouth is a function of what information you have, what data is stored in your brain, and your environment. So imagine that there is a technology that has been exposed to to a trillion or billion amount of data somewhere, and it's sitting somewhere, in a server, and they expose this machine to as much data as they can find in the world. You know, I think after God, the next thing is AI. And why it's called artificial is because it's not natural. But in terms of reasoning, in terms of how smart somebody can be, after God is AI. Because it's not because of it's special, it's because they have exposed the models to vast amount of information and data that a human mind cannot even comprehend. But of course, human beings need AI needs human beings to also support their journey on to make sense out of some of the things that is being pushed out. But really, if you look at it, it's a function of how much information do you have access to, and that is really what AI is all about. And how does AI work really? AI systems receive data, they process it and respond. Just like human beings, we receive information, we process it, and we respond. For example, if you have an information that um, um, maybe somebody beat your child, you receive that information that somebody beat your child, you process it in your brain, and you start asking your question, why? Where is the child? You start asking these questions, start triaging this question in your mind, and you will respond. The next thing is to go and look for the person that beat your child and actually do what you have in your mind that your mind has processed. That's how AI works. So you see, it's an extension of the human mind. It's just that it has access to much more information and data via the internet, and that's why it's as smart as it is. That's just basically the difference. And another thing about AI, just like human being, is they can adapt their behavior by analyzing the effects of previous action, just like human beings. If you do something wrong and you're cautioned for it, you can analyze that action and, of course, make changes. That's exactly the way AI works. So it can adapt its behavior, by analyzing experiences it has had, and, of course, in the future it could make better decisions. Now, the last is that AI system can learn from experiences and improve performance, just like human beings. We can learn and improve our performance. If you look at AI models, for example, we have different models that do different things. So AI is not just about ChatGPT, guys. AI is far, far way more than that. So we have models that can do research. We have models that can translate text to pictures or text to images or text to sounds. We have more video models that sit within the video space. We have image models. We have codes, a lot of models. So that you use ChatGPT doesn't mean you know how to use AI. AI is vast with a lot of tools out there. So another encouragement is for us to start learning these technologies, start adapting to them, start using them, even as functional consultants. You know, AI can help you with solving problems, triaging problems and triaging issues. If a user gives you a problem and you want to have an insight into how to solve it, just drop it in AI and it gives you some insight into how you can follow through to solving those problems. Of course, we have a lot of examples of AI models. We have one for image recognition. When you go to airports, with your picture, they can get all your information. We have natural language processing. We have recommender system, and we have predictive modeling. We have robotics. So these are all examples of AI models. Of course, I won't have time to go into these models, but we have a lot of them now. We have Copilot, we have ChatGPT, we have Talk AI. So please find time to look at these systems and use them. So how does ERP leverage AI to drive digital transformation? One is in predictive analytics. So it can, when you embed AI into ERP, it can help the system predict and do a lot of analytics and forecast. Two is intelligent automation. When AI and ERP work together, you can see that the system works, much more intelligent, and it can help with automating processes. Natural language processing and chatbots. A lot of ERPs now have chatbots that can support users, so it's also very important. Anomaly detection and risk management is one of the very important ways ERP can leverage AI to look at transactions and spot out issues and errors, and, of course, give you the risk if you go ahead with those decisions. Of course, personalized user experience is key of course, is a key leverage ERP has with AI. We have a lot of companies that are using AI that have embarked on AI projects around the world, but we won't have time to look at it. But when you have time, please research these companies. This is Tesla, DHL, Caterpillar, Disney, Adobe, and all that. These are global companies that are investing heavily in AI, and it's really working well for them. Now, before we wrap up, and I think this is also the charge, this is also the very important session, digital transformation and career opportunities. So let's just look at brief